Queen Elizabeth is going.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business. A Candid Chit chat with.
Love
All
it.
of us.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to another episode. And let's find out what is our topic for today.
Yes, our topic for today is confidence is a skill, not a personality trait.
Yes, so that's what we're gonna talk in today. So, but before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elizabeth. I live in Saskatchewan, in Canada. I came here 4 years ago from Nigeria. I'm a mom to 5 children, and I used to be very passionate about procurement and supply chain. But because of this digital business, I'm free from 9 to 5 for life. I am now a global coach and a business owner, a digital business owner. I'm very happy to be here this afternoon.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now residing in North Carolina with my family. I am a digital business owner and a mentor.
Yeah, my name is Musumala, originally from Nigeria. I reside now and I work in the USA. I've been a healthcare worker, actually in the imaging sector for a very long time, but now I'm equally a digital business owner and a mentor.
Hello, everyone. I am Karen. I am originally from the Caribbean island of Antigua, but I'm now living here in the United Kingdom. I am a wife, a mom, and I currently work full time in customer services, and I'm also a digital business owner.
Thank you. So we want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we do have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch our webinar. So we do have webinars every Tuesdays, Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. CST, and 8 p.m. EST. And on UK, you will be catching the replay. So in UK, it's usually every Wednesdays and Fridays. It will be like around 2 a.m. in the morning. So you will be catching the replay for that one. All right. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. So there you can register for either day or for both. And the second link is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that you're going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how an online business plan works, and also you have the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to catch the replay from last Thursdays or Friday, depending where you are in the world, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Hmm. So on Thursday, our host was Jane, who is a former mortgage specialist and a realtor. So you can see, just follow us as we are going. You'll see that these people are from different professional and career backgrounds. You also have a former lawyer, Janaike, on the panel, and Karen, who is still a teacher.
One thing I love about our community is the diverse, and inclusive nature of our business and the people involved. We had a chef whose name is Tara on the panelists. Then we had a nurse. And then when you talk about healthcare people, there are many of them here. From sonographers, doctors, engineers, pharmacists. We had a nurse called Senaite. Then we had Natasha, who is an emergency telephone operator. All these people were on the panelist.
Okay, we also had Vinita, who's a registered nurse, and Denali, who is a digital business owner. So remember, if you want to learn more about this business opportunity, you can send us a direct message. You can go directly into the web pages you see on the screen, or you can comment info for more details.
Thank you, Musimola, Elizabeth, and Isabel. So, if you're catching the replay from last Thursday or Friday, depending where you are in the world, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So, there you go. So, if you want to learn how you can start your online business, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen. All right, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Very interesting one. Our topic today says confidence is a skill, not a personality trait. Let's
Yes.
dive in.
So that's what we're going to be talking today. So, welcome back to another episode of the Eagles in Digital Business. And happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and happy and blessed Monday for those who are already on Monday.
So, many people think that confidence is something you are born with, like, oh, that person. But when you look at the lives of the athletes, let's just focus on the athletes. Nobody goes out there the way they were born. No, you may have some features, your body build and something, but those body build, the muscles have to be practiced, have to be stretched, have to be exercised and tuned and aligned to what you want to do. So, and this one can only come with practice, comes with consistency and persistence. You can fall, you get up again, you can sleep, you get up again. You just look at what has already, what made you to fall, what made you to rise. And those are the things that you focus on. So research has shown that confidence isn't a personality trait like, oh, I was born with it. No, 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 no. Nobody was born a swimmer. Nobody was born a writer. You may have likeness for it. Your lifestyle might align with it, but your muscles must practice what you want to do. So it's a skill that can be learned, practiced, and strengthened. That is how you develop confidence. You develop it, not that you were born with it. No, you develop it. Um just like somebody that wants to speak, you have all the things that will make you to speak. But you will see our children, they start learning, they start practicing. They will say things that are not correct, and then they continue, they continue. And that is it. So that builds the confidence to do it. So it is the same thing. This confidence we are talking about is something you build, you exercise it, you practice, you fail, you continue. You do not get the results you want, you still continue. And that is what will make you to have that confidence.
Thank you, Musimola. So, yeah, so if you ever say, I'm just not confident, what you may really mean is, I haven't practiced confidence yet. Okay, so it's not that you don't have, it's just that you haven't practiced. So to be able to build that confidence, you have to, do it repetitive to be able to build it. So science tells us that confidence grows through action, repetition, and the environment. So it's not by luck. So today we're going to be breaking down 5 facts that prove confidence is built and not inherited. And for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
Karen.
Yeah.
Today's points that we'll be looking at are: action builds confidence, competence increases self-belief, body language impacts internal state, self-talk shapes confidence, and support accelerates confidence growth.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into the first point.
Yes, so like I said before, um, in fact, exposure-based studies have demonstrated that repeated action can significantly lower anxiety responses over time. Like like if you are lecturing, let's say you are a speaker at an event, when you start, you might start tumbling on some things. You have to continue practicing before you will be able to develop the speed that you want, the speed that you desire, and the actions, the body language that you put into your acts. They are the things that shows, they show along with the practice. They show, the more you do it, the more fluent you become. The more you do something, the more fluent. Just like we women, when we are cooking, they tell you put a pinch of salt, put a cup of water into this. It gets to a stage you don't need to measure it. Without tasting the food, you know the amount of salt you put into it. You just come there, you put it, and you know it. Some people, just by perceiving the aroma of the food, they will know if something is missing in the ingredients. It doesn't come just naturally like that. No, it comes with practice. It comes with practice. The same thing, confidence follows movement. If you are talking and you are gesticulating, your body, the fluency of your body movement will be associated, or can be associated with the level of practice that you have. So it doesn't just come naturally. Your body build may be in tune, but you have to align your muscles, your movements with what you, and this is what gives you the confidence. You come, you jump on stage and you begin to talk, not because you have crammed it in your head, but because you have practiced and practiced, and that is what brings it out. So psychology research shows that taking small consistent action reduces fear, and it increases perceived capability. If you want to start driving, you don't know driving skills just by looking at some people driving. You may have some knowledge, but it's when you get there, you begin to practice it, that you become more fluent in it. And that is what gives you the confidence. You don't start getting anxious when you want to go and do that task, because you have done it over and over and over. Doesn't mean that you can't still fail or fall, but I mean, it limits the amount of accidents or negative incidences that you have doing that task.
Thank you, Monsumola. So yeah, so Monsumola just talked about action builds confidence. So when you start taking action, that's when you start building the confidence, because the more repetitive you do, the more your fear start to fade away. So that's why it says action builds confidence. So now let's move on to the point number 2.
Okay, so according to the American Psychological Association, confidence grows as competence grows. That means confidence doesn't just appear out of nowhere, it grows when your skills grow. So many people say, I'll start when I feel confident, but that's not how it works. You don't start because you're confident. You become confident because you start. And when I began my business, I had zero prior experience. I didn't have everything figured out. I didn't feel ready. Honestly, I felt unsure, but I followed the training step by step. I learned one thing at a time. I showed up even when I felt awkward. And slowly, my confidence grew, not because someone hyped me up, but because I saw myself improving, and every every time I had a small win, I would say that's good because it shows that I'm learning and I can do this. And that's how self-belief is built. It's not magic, it's just repetition, it's growth, it's showing up um, when it would be easier not to. So if you've been waiting to feel confident before starting something new, stop waiting. Start building the skills because competence creates confidence and confidence creates momentum. So keep going. You're not behind, you're building.
Hi. Okay. Bye. Just give me a sec. Sorry. All right. So Karen just talked about competence increases self-belief. So when you start, creating those skills, developing those skills, and improving, um, that's when you're gonna start, building that self-belief in you. So building those skills will help you, and also, improving those skills will start building you that confidence. So that's why it says competence increases self-belief. So now we're going to move on to the third point. So body language impacts internal state. So um just give me a sec for a sec. Sorry about that. All right. Body language impacts internal state. So when I first began showing up online, recording videos, going live, and leading conversations, I focused mostly on what I was going to say. But quickly, I realized something else mattered just as much. And that what is, how I carry myself. So there were moments when I felt nervous, and that's normal. I was starting my journey, and I also felt unsure, still learning. But if I allowed my posture to collapse, like for example, shoulders forward, voice low, eyes avoiding the camera, my body reinforced that insecurity. But when I adjusted something simple, like for example, stood taller, lifted my chin, softened my shoulders, make the eye contact with the camera, something shifted internally. And that really, started to building you that confidence. So, according to the research often referenced from Harvard, shows that posture and physical presence can influence hormone levels connected to confidence and stress. So, in other words, how you hold your body can influence how you feel. So, your body sends signals to your brain, and when you physically position yourself as steady and grounded, your mind begins to follow. So, your mind begins to follow that you feel, secure and confident. So, in my transition from the film industry into the digital entrepreneurship, I had to learn that confidence isn't just mental, but it's also physical too. So, before I go in live, I would straighten my posture, I breathe deeply, and remind myself on my purpose and smile intentionally. Not because if I felt fearless, but because I choose to embody steadiness. And over time, that physical choice became emotional confidence. Sometimes you don't wait to feel confident before you start acting confidence. So that's when we say, many times, you start building that identity. So you're not there yet, but you start building that identity. So you eventually become the person that you want to be. So you practice the posture of the person you're becoming. And the way you walk into a room, the way you sit in front of a camera, and the way you breathe before you speak. And all of it reinforces your internal state. So your body can either echo your doubt or anchor your courage.
Mm.
And when you align, your physical presence with your vision, your confidence begins to feel natural and not forced. So that's what I wanted to share with you for this point. So now let's move on to the next one.
Self talk shapes confidence. And this is so true. Studies in cognitive behavioral psychology show that refraining from negative self talk improves performance and resilience. When you change your internal dialogue, your confidence increases naturally. And this is very profound. Let's talk a bit on this topic because it's close to my heart. For instance, when I first started this business 2 years ago, I did not underestimate the power in self talk or affirmations because I believe so much that our words frames frame our lives. Even the Bible says it that life and death lies in the power of your tongue. So what are you speaking? The conversation you have with yourself every single day is either building your confidence or breaking it. Many people think confidence comes from success. No, but the truth is, confidence comes from what you tell yourself before even the success shows up. If your inner voice keeps saying, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, what if I fail? Other people are better than me. Your mind starts to believe that. That is the power in the mind of the mind. In our business and in fact, everything in life, mindset is everything. Your mind will start to believe that. And once your mind believes it, your action will shrink. But when you shift your self talk and your daily speakings and affirmation, everything will change. Everything will change. Instead of saying, I'm not ready, say, I'm learning, I'm growing every day. Instead of saying, I don't know how, why don't you say, I can figure this out? I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, you can also say, I can do this. I am learning. I have the strength and the power to improve on a daily basis. The truth is, what we say every day make us or mar us. Even our children, like parents, what you speak to them to some extent, frame their world because you have a higher power to dictate what happens around you in your business and in your family. So today, this topic is actually close to my heart. I can go on and on talking about this topic. For instance, fear is false something, evidence appearing real, right? Instead of saying I'm scared, why don't you say I'm stretching? This business is stretching me, or this is challenging, but I can do it. Just speak positivity. And the truth is, the more you speak positivity, the universe will align. Everything around you will align with what you keep speaking. So confidence is not about knowing everything, guys. It's about choosing empowering language, even when you don't have the confidence yet. You see, your brain listens to you. It listens, it does. Your spirit responds to you, and every other thing will align. So I will pause here and I want you to pause also and think about what we've said, the nuggets released so far by myself and my colleagues, and the ones that are yet to come. Because who knows? It might just resonate with you. It might change your outlook and what you speak continually about your life and your business. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So Elizabeth just talked about self-talk shapes confidence. So when you start talking to yourself in positive ways, you start believing, building that confidence because you start believing in your subconscious mind, start um, believe what you're saying. So the more you repeat those positive things to yourself, the more, your subconscious mind start believing it. And that's how you start building that confidence. So it's that internal dialogue that Elizabeth was talking about. Okay, so let's move on to the next point.
Okay, so support accelerates confidence growth. For a long time, I believed that I had to figure everything out on my own. I thought strength meant independence, and I thought confidence meant not needing help, and that asking for guidance meant I wasn't ready. But everything changed when I stepped into a supportive environment. And research from the American Society of Training Development shows that accountability and supportive environments significantly improves follow through and belief. So confidence doesn't just grow from effort, it grows from reinforcement. And in our digital business, we are not building alone. We're part of an incredible community of over 276,000 members. People who are learning, growing, asking questions, sharing strategies, celebrating wins, and supporting one another daily. That environment, that environment matters because when you see others moving forward, you believe you can too. When someone answers your question, you move faster. And when someone encourages you, your doubt gets quieter. When you're held accountable, you stay consistent. So, in my journey, I didn't suddenly become more capable overnight. I became more supported. And support accelerates everything. So, the goals that once felt intimidating became structured, the confusion became clarity, and the fear became courage. Confidence grows slowly in isolation, but in the right community, it compounds. So you were never meant to be all alone. And when you surround yourself with people who are aligned, ambitious, and committed to growth, you just don't feel motivated. You feel equipped. So support doesn't mean effort, it multiplies it. So that's my message for this point.
Thank you, Isabel. So Isabel just talked about support accelerates confidence growth. And yeah, so when you start having that support, for example, Isabel was talking about the community. Many times, for example, in our community, we come to this journey, and many times we don't believe in ourselves, but the members from the community start believing in ourselves before we do, and that really help us to start believing in ourselves. So that support that we get from the community, that support from that you get from your mentor, it really builds that confidence, and being surrounded by that positive environment that uplift and motivate each other, it makes a huge difference to accelerate that confidence growth in you. So now let's move on to the key takeaway for this topic.
Hmm. So today, what we really want everybody to take away is that confidence isn't something you wait for. Don't wait for it because it's not going to come like that. It's something you build. So start building. It's something that you have to act on. So take action. And it is a skill you develop one decision at a time. So it's something you build, action taken, you develop the skill, and a decision that you take at a time.
Thank you, Musimola. So yeah, so we have arrived to the end of our lives. So we hope so that you learned something today. We gave some tips. We shared some experiences from ourselves, about confidence is a skill and not a personality trait. Many times we think that some people are born with confidence, but that's not really true. We might have some confidence in some areas, but not on everything. And in those areas that we might not have confidence, we have to build it. And the only way to build it is by taking action, by talking to you positive thoughts, so you start building that subconscious mind in a way. And also, um, the posture, we talk about the posture, when you start believing, creating that identity, it also you start building that confidence. And lastly, we also talk about um, the community. When you surround yourself about in a positive environment that will uplift you, that will motivate you, that makes a huge difference on building that confidence. Okay, so if you have any other tips that you want to add to the topic that we shared today, you can put it in the comments and we'll be happy to read your comments. And if you want to learn how you can start your online business and be part of a community that uplift you, that motivate you, that believe in yourself before you do, here are 3 ways that you can connect with us. So you can either put in the comments more info, you can send us a private message, or register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch our free webinar. So we do have free webinars in North America every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. CST, and 8 p.m. EST. And in your UK, the free webinar is every Wednesdays and Fridays. In this case, because of the time, you will be catching the replay in the UK. So saying that, we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We want to say thank you to Olajumoke Akinola Famuyidi, also Uduak Ekwere. So thank you so much for your love and heart emoji. And let's find out what is our topic for next Sunday.
Amazing. So for next Sunday, we have an interesting topic in the pocket. It says bounce back power, how strong women rise again and again. And I'm suspecting it's in honor of international, is it International Women's Day that is upcoming. So please stay tuned, watch this space. We're going to have, a fun time next week.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking next Sunday. So don't miss it. It's going to be a powerful topic for next Sunday. So saying that, we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and a happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday, and a happy and blessed week ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today. And on to the next episode of the Eagles in Digital Business. A Candid she shared with
All of
All of
all of us.
us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. God bless
Namaste.
you all.
Gento.